Hi guys, Piotr here. This is LiteFinance Global YouTube channel and it's my pleasure to be with you again. Today we are going to discuss Tesla earnings, Elon Musk selling the stocks, as well as of course a medium long-term Tesla chart. So without a further delay, let's jump straight into the charts. Alright guys, so that's the monthly chart of the Tesla, and what we are going to focus on from that monthly chart perspective is well, where we are currently, taking into the consideration something like let's say last year, right? That's what we are going to discuss here. The thing in that case is this big consolidation. So if that's the case, what we are going to do, we are going to place as usual a few lines. In that case, the top here is a monthly chart. Let's place the red line. There you go. We are talking about the levels around 1150, and to the downside, in that case, I'm talking about the low over here, this particular low over here. So we are talking about the levels close to 625. Right, so quite wide range in that case. To be honest with you, as you can see right now, we are in the middle of that range, of that particular range. Now, the previous month was strong. Why the previous month was strong? Well, because the earning reports which came out at July 20th, it was 2.27, if I'm not mistaken. I'm so sorry guys. It was completely different. So Tesla reported adjusted earnings 227 per share with the 16.93 billion in revenue when it comes to the Q2 2022. So the Tesla revenue grows 42%. The thing was a little bit of the shadow here was the automotive margins decline, right? So, but anyway, overall, the market takeover was quite positive, as we discussed, and towards the end of the July, we closed the month at the top, at the same time reaching the half or mid of that range. If we are going to continue, of course, it's gonna be quite complicated with the overall market condition, because we have to see the overall market condition very positive to have a possibility to see retest 1000 when it comes to the Tesla stocks. And there is that's the point number one. And the point number two is what has happened lately with the news we've seen. For example, on CNBC, that Elon Musk sells 7.92 million Tesla shares worth around 6.9 billion. And well, there was, if you do remember, at the very beginning of this year, Tesla and SpaceX CEO said on social media that he had no intention of the further Tesla sales planned after the April 28th. So that's quite interesting. What has happened, if that's true, of course. So that's gonna be very interesting, and especially from the medium-term perspective, right? So let's jump here to the weekly chart and let's have a look what we have here, all right? Because in that case, when it comes to the weekly, of course, we are in the middle of the range, but the positive thing is here, in my opinion, here, and what has happened here. So we close higher. So what we might see, and that's gonna be quite challenging, of course, but if the bulls are gonna be able to hold that small consolidation, top of that small consolidation. So we might see this type of the price action with the possibility of retest 1000, all right? Of course, if we are going to get lower, right, so let's make it like this, and we are going to retest the mid of that consolidation over here, we might see attack on the levels close to 400, 350 and 300 in my opinion. That's how the things looks like from the weekly chart perspective. Of course, I would say that the quite smart way right now is to monitor the things Elon Musk is doing with the Tesla shares. So we know where we are. The first possible scenario is continuation higher, all right? But if we are going to get back below 625, 600, the things might change dramatically, and that's gonna be the scenario in favor of the sellers. All right, so let's have a look what we have on a daily chart from that perspective. And here we go, a very similar situation to what we discussed second ago on the weekly chart, right? So this big rally which started exactly here. Once the level been broken, it used to work as a resistance or supply for quite some time. Now we were able to take out with the retest, right? And we already went higher. So I'm looking for this level around 775 down to 725 as a possible demand when it comes to the Tesla stocks, as I mentioned, with the possibility to retest of 1100. But in the meantime, when it comes to this particular chart, we have a few possible supply lines. In that case, we are going to place the green like this. So that's this swing high over here. Looks like it's working currently as a supply, right? The next one is going to be around 1000, but if we are going to reach 1000, that should be quite good level. So what I would look for here, maybe some kind of the cap and handle, right? Big cap, a little cap and handle, and is being created right now. And with that, this 1150 cannot be ruled out as long as I mentioned, as we are above the levels of 625. Of course, the possible demand and support between 775 and 725 when it comes to the Tesla stocks based on the daily chart. As I mentioned, two very important things, what Elon Musk is doing and how the overall market conditions we are going to see based on the US GDP, based on the worldwide inflation rising and stuff like this. It's not gonna be easy, but as of now, the basic scenario is that we are going to see higher levels after the pullback, and if we are going to break 625, 600, the things are going to turn bearish. With that being said, guys, wish you great next trading session. It was my pleasure to be with you. As usual, do your own homework, do your own research, stay safe, take care, goodbye, see you around.